We haven't started yet, have we? Hey, you guys are holding up our party, so
Yes.
all right, everybody's waiting on me.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are waiting for the general manager so we can celebrate.
Yeah, so sorry guys, I got the MVP telling me I got to get out, and she'll tell you the story about the cafe one day.
I'll tell y'all.
We fooled y'all. We knew Kyle was gonna be MVP. Y'all just didn't know it.
He said it first.
Congratulations.
Kalia,
guys.
if you'll take the center seat, Kalia, take the center seat, please.
She has to take media too.
Right now?
All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna.
No, I'm coming back.
No, Kalia, we need to get it done. We have people who got to get it done.
Phoenix not next. Phoenix players not next.
No, we need your players next. All right, that's winning is a good problem.
No cookies.
Winning
I
is a
want
good
champagne.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, never came. And I'm sorry, y'all. Andy first. Sorry. That one day she held us down. That's loyalty.
Ka, you just shared that moment with James. You guys said you knew you were going to be MVP to actually be awarded that trophy. What is the feeling that you're experiencing?
I'm just feeling this sense of just reward, just my process and everything. I'm just so grateful that I have these teammates, that I have the coaching staff that like genuinely believes in me and just gives me the confidence no matter what's going on out there on the floor. So I just appreciate everybody, every single person on our team, every single person on our staff, everybody, Maggie who helps us with literally everything and who does everything for us. It's those people. It's Maggie, it's Sean, it's all of them. You know, they don't get enough credit for every single thing that they do, and the little things are stretching me extra. You know, like those people really make the difference, and they make this thing go, and that's why we got that trophy.
Philly, stand up. First off, congratulations. Can you take me through last year in the bubble? You said you focused on yourself, and you really got into knowing who Kahleah Copper was. Take me through that timeline between last year and where you're at currently today, and what is this moment?
I have this edginess and this grittiness about me that's going to keep me going. You know, I think it was very important for me to be consistent, starting with last year, having a breakout season, as you call it. But it was about coming in this year and, being consistent and actually being better than I was last year. So I think that was just important for me. I think I never lost the confidence in myself. I just continued to, put the work in. And it's no secret to it. It's so cliche, but you put the work in and you get rewarded.
Next question will come from the third row to your right.
Kylea, 3 years ago when James started, he said his biggest task was getting you all to believe, and that would get you to this point. What did he do to get you to believe, and how do you think that helped get you here?
I think this season was so up and down. We bump heads. It's like it's a real relationship, and in the moment, you're super frustrated. But I think that it was important for us to grow together, and bump heads in that process, everybody. So I just thank the coaching staff for continuously pushing us, and it was frustrating, but we got through it and we won a championship. Thank you.
Next question will come from the fourth row to your left, Kalia.
Hey, Cock. Well, first off, congratulations. Just kind of going off of that last question, was there a moment where you doubted this team at all heading into the playoffs, even though you had 3 All-Stars, the best shooter in the world in Ali, and so on?
I think, first of all, you said it, the best shooter. But you know what? Rewind. I'm glad you said that. I knew we were going to win this championship yesterday when Ali was the only one in the gym shooting. We came in for film. Everybody was gone. We knew we didn't have shoot around. Ali was the only person in the gym shooting. At that moment, I knew we were going to win the championship. But I think, when the playoffs started, we gave ourselves a clean slate. We totally forgot about the regular season, didn't care about seeding. We knew that we just needed to treat every single game like a single elimination game. And I was glad that we got to play those single elimination games and feel that pressure because, once we got to a series, we already knew what it takes. And I'm just so proud of this team and how we had a short-term memory on forgetting the regular season, which was very important, and just coming in the playoffs and completely killing.
Clear, we have a bunch of questions from the back of the room. Start in the fourth row center, please.
I'm trying to get out to enjoy also.
This is. Michael, we need to finish this, please, if you don't mind.
How long is it going to take? They're waiting. The whole team's waiting. Let them have their celebration. I know this. God, come on, let her go.
Appreciate it.
You're right.
Candace and Ka, I thought coming out in the introductions before the game even started, you looked at Ka and it looked like you said, I promise or promise, and I wonder if you could share like what you guys connected on in that moment.
I think throughout the playoffs, like, we realized, like, how important these two are. And it's a lot, you know? Game 4 at home. We always text each other in the morning, like, before games. And I just wanted to make sure her mental was right. And then right before the game, we always check in. So that was just a normal thing. We've done that all season. Today was no different. And I think everybody showed up in the moments that they needed to.
Next question, front row to your left. I'm sorry, Kareem, go ahead.
Sorry, I wasn't sure.
I'm sorry, my bad.
My bad.
Oh, my gosh.
This is for you, Candace. You were able to kind of dribble out the clock. You sprint to the corner. Can you kind of just share some of your thoughts, like, in that moment as the clock ticks off?
She got her shit thing.
Yeah, we got to scoot over for Allie. Oh, wait, we'll scoot to the left. She can sit by her wife. Hold on.
Always late to the party.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll wait for
Share the chair.
We'll wait for the shooter. It's okay. We'll wait for the shooter.
About you.
We'll wait for the shooter. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I had flashbacks from high school when I first realized, like, we won the state championship, and it was kind of, like, similar. I don't know. It was amazing to just hug my dad and my mom and my family, and I don't know. It's just an amazing feeling to be from here and see so many people in the stands that have been supporting you since you started. Like, I sent Allie a picture this morning of us when we were in high school, and it was like, man, not bad for two suburban kids, right? Like, playing in the WNBA finals together. So I think it's just a moment where you just have to really take it in, and so that's what that was.
Next question, center, row 3.
Just to follow up on that, Candace, real quick, did you know you were going to, like, run, try to find your family right after, or did it occur to you when you got the ball? And then, sorry, I'm going to sneak in one for Courtney. Courtney, just, like, memories of playing out at All-State Arena, kind of a dark, empty arena a lot of the times, and to be here. If you can reflect on those days versus now. Sorry to sneak in, too.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Well, I can go back even further. When we did end up going to the finals and we played at UIC because our arena wasn't there. I mean, it was a great environment then, but it doesn't come close to what it was tonight. Absolutely unmatched out there. The just the energy, the adrenaline that this crowd was able to give us when we really needed it. It was so special to be able to do this in front of all those people. Especially a special shout out to the ones that have been there on the ride, the ones that, I see a couple right here in front of me that when we weren't even making the playoffs and they're still courtside. That's special. But this crowd was so important tonight, and this one's for the city for sure.
Next question, second row, center.
Ladies, Courtney, Allie, Clea, what does it mean now that you'll be known as a WNBA champion?
I mean, that's what you work for, right? That's why we're here. All those times where you're just like, man, is it worth it?
You know what? Y'all remember Olympic break?
Olympic break.
Olympic break.
It's just so crazy what we've been through. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
I'm so happy like we did this for each other. Like we had kind of like a breaking point probably a month ago. And I feel like we all looked at each other and we said like, who are we going to play for? And Candace, the first thing she said was she was going to play for me. And it was just like, just so inspiring that she wanted me to win a championship so bad. And it just made me want to play harder. And everybody went around and said who they're playing for. And in the end, we all wanted to play for each other. And that's what you saw tonight in this whole playoff experience.
Next question, second row to your left. And just everybody, we have about 8 questions more coming from the room, so be patient. We will get to you. Second row left.
Hi, Jackie Pett. Oh.
Or is that me? Okay, I'm going to go. Courtney, James Wade talked about how at the beginning he met with you at a cafe, I'm assuming in Russia, when he first found out he was going to be the coach and you were going to have to continue to deal with him all the time. Or if it was elsewhere, please correct me. What got you to kind of buy into him then, and how did you get to that moment now?
This is like, I don't know. I feel like this is the craziest story because I was already bought in because of a conversation I had with this one right here. Well, do you know what year that was?
Was it All-Star in Seattle?
No, it was in Spain. USA basketball. Yep. It was a long time ago. Too long ago. Like, yep. and we were in a club. I mean, this is just so, I told her,
Cool.
It's so cool. You guys, it's so special. She was the one that told me about James Wade when we were kind of going through a coaching change, saying, this dude is special. You got to tell him. And I told Michael, I'm like, oh, he's Candace Parker told me that we need to hire this guy. And then now she comes to play for him. And the first year we come here to win a championship. I mean, I don't think you can write it better than that. But it all happened. We all bought in. We all believed in each other. We all just, it was awesome. And it was Max and Benny's, by the way, here in Deerfield. It was a good meeting. And and he told us he wasn't taking the job unless me and Allie were going to be here. So that was our time. We committed then and there, and we were like, we're going to stay here because we want to win a championship, and then fast forward, we signed this young lady right here. I said young lady. Yeah. You saw her out there tonight. How many minutes do you play? Sheesh. She was awesome. So yes, that's the go around. I'm talking too much. Sorry.
No, you're not.
I've lost control of the room. Next question, second row to your left.
Congratulations to you all. I'm curious if one of you can take me through what it's been like having Chance the Rapper at all these games in the stands and what that means.
He ain't wear my jersey, he wore your jersey. You answer this one.
Not only to this team, but also to the WNBA writ large, to have someone like him just really supporting this league.
It's awesome, just to have him and just even other NBA players come out. The Bulls, the Bears were supporting us. Like everybody was just supporting us. It's just amazing for the city to come together and for us to share that moment with him.
Next question, center in the back.
Courtney. Chris Penna here. Those last few plays, especially that last stretch when the lead was kind of stuck at 5 for a while, and then you were able to get those back-to-back plays on a screen roll with Steph. It seemed very. It was a moment, being that you two have been here for so long, along with Ka, and it kind of went back to games that you've had where you found Steph on screen rolls for clutch baskets. Can you go through those moments? Was just familiar? Did it feel like the end of a finals game, or did it just feel like moments you'd had before running pick and roll with Steph?
That's a good question. It did feel a little familiar. That's kind of the bread and butter when it gets down the stretch, just to kind of spread it out, dictate where everyone is. We played this team 4 times. We knew their rotations at this point. So we wanted to get a pick and roll going down at BG and try and get Steph. Steph is awesome at that little floater. She has amazing touch, and she's done it a few times. This isn't the first, but it was nice to be able to see her get in there, and it just felt comfortable.
Third row to your right.
Okay. Candace, a couple years ago, tough loss in LA. Last year, tough loss. You've been through your share of them, including some tough game 4s. Can you put in perspective what it means to be sitting here now? Because you told me the other day you could have 4 or 5 of these, or you could have none.
Yeah.
And now you have 2.
I think we live in a result-driven, world, which is great because I think the champions, obviously, like when you have MJ, who everybody in Chicagoland aspires to be like him, 6 rings. But I just feel like sometimes it's like the tough ones that like stay the course, you know? And I just was 0-2 in game 4s in the final. And I remember looking at everybody up here and saying, I am 0-2 in game 4s. But I think yesterday I looked at myself and I was like, why? Like there's a point in the game where it's like, you got to live with the results, but you got to do it in a way that's like aggressive. You can't be passively accepting the other team and what they do. And so I just think that there's like growth in those moments that are heartbreak. Like I remember Sophia Young's shot when it went in. I remember Brittany Garner's turnaround. I remember Maya Moore hitting that shot. I remember every single one of those shots. And I was like, if that's going to be the case, like I'm going to go down swinging. Our group's going to go down swinging. Like we still have to maintain composure. And I think that because of that, like some of this was the case, this game. You know, like, I think the heartbreaks hurt, but like this one's so sweet. Like to do it with this group, I love this group. I love this team. And to do it here at home, I mean, it's just like, it was almost all of those heartbreaks, like it was just supposed to be, you know, today. And today was a microcosm, like this game was a microcosm of our season. Our season was like up and down, and we were down, and then we lost 7, and then we won 7, and then like it was just crazy. And I think because of that, like it prepared us for this. Mm-hmm. So game 4, like I'm still 1-2. But I'm glad I'm 1-2 with this group.
Next question will come from the back center.
Kalia, your rookie season, after your rookie season, you're traded. You and Steph are traded to Chicago for Elena Delle Donne. Can you remember what you felt when you found out about that trade? And then to compare that to now, you've brought a championship to Chicago, your finals MVP. That's a remarkable journey.
I think I was overseas. I'll never forget. I was overseas. I was in Belgium, and I kept seeing stuff on Instagram about possible trades, and I'm like, "There's no way it could be me." You know, I don't know how it worked or whatever. And then I saw Coach T calling me, and I'm like, "Damn, it's me." I answered the phone, and we had a conversation. We talked about it, and I just didn't know what to expect next. You know, I went from being close to home. You know, I also chose Rutgers to be close to home. My family could come to a lot of the games, and I got traded to Chicago. Everything was so new, so. I just came in and just tried to, you know, find my way. I came in and just trying to find a role, you know, didn't play much. So let's do some handshakes. Let's get everybody ready for the game. Let's just try to figure it out, you know, just play your role, and that's just what I did. And I'm just grateful for my process. I wouldn't change anything. Stayed confident, kept preparing myself to meet the opportunity, and just to take off from there. So I'm just super humble and just grateful for everything, and I'm happy.
To the right, standing.
Allie, your career got off to a bit of a slow start. I think you were on 4 teams your first 4 years. Come to Chicago and you really found a home. Now,
Stupid.
you know,
4 teams? 4 teams? Wow.
5 teams in 4 years is what I read. Maybe this guy
Wow.
Wow. Just reflecting back on that, in 2013, you come to the Sky. I think that might have been around the time you met Courtney as well. Like, sort of like, how did your career sort of take off when you reflect back on it now as a champion and a star?
I mean, I feel like that was, in my mind, it was going to be my last go around. It was like, okay, I'm tired of going to all these different teams and, you know, not playing, and my confidence was down. So I think I just gave everything I had for this last chance because it was home, and I wanted it to work so bad. So I think it was just a combination of all my years overseas, you know, gaining confidence, playing against WNBA players, and feeling like I really did belong, and just waiting for that chance. And, you know, Pokey gave me that chance, especially year 2 in Chicago. She told me, okay, you're first off the bench. Like, I want you to be a big role. And I feel like her belief in me really just, you know, helped me believe in myself. And from there, it just grew.
to the rear on the left. James?
This question's for Ali and Courtney. I mean, to the left, we have one of the greatest facilitators of all time, and then the best shooter in the world right next to her.
Period.
First of all, I'm really upset that you didn't get that last rebound because you needed one rebound to get a triple-double. Like, that should be knowledge. Like, you should spread that at the free throw line. You hit
Last
two
thing
clutch.
everyone was thinking about in those
Sorry,
last 2
I'm
minutes.
just saying. Like, a triple-double in game 4 of the finals. Like, I feel like we should know that. I would have, like, tipped it, and you could have, whatever. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt your question. My bad.
You got it.
Yes, greatest facilitator ever, greatest shooter. Cool. Continue.
What was the question? I don't know what the question was.
Yeah, well, no.
I interrupted. Sorry.
No, just, I mean, you two have been like the two pillars of this franchise for so long. Just what does it mean to you to not only do it for the franchise, but also do it as, given your relationship, to do this together?
Wasn't that adorable? I think we just together made a commitment to this team and to this franchise because, we did get a taste early what it felt like to be in the finals, and we got our asses kicked, but we did get that taste, and we knew that if we got the right people, Exhibit A and B, that we could be in this moment and it would be special here. We didn't want to go seeking that. We didn't want to go seeking this feeling. We wanted to do it here, and we just knew that we had what it takes. We were just, we just needed a few more pieces and people to believe, and that's exactly what we got. We were able to put it together at the right time, and it's just a really special moment for us two individually, but obviously as a franchise.
In the fourth row to your left.
Isla didn't even get to answer.
She said it well. It's fine.
Candace, this question's for you. We all saw that special moment with your daughter, you embracing. Can you just explain how special
Who's
that
cutting
was
onions?
to you?
Who's cutting onions?
It's crazy. I have a picture of Layla in Minnesota when we first won, and it was in similar fashion where it was like, we didn't know who was going to win. It was dramatic, and she's like yelling, "Mom, we did it!" And I have that picture like on my wall in the office. And before I decided to come here, which has been like, it's tough. We're away from each other. We started the season for a month. We're never away from each other. And so I asked her if it was okay if I came to Chicago. And she was like, I want another picture. Like, I want another picture like that. And it's crazy because, like, she came out to the court and said, "We did it." And it was just, like, surreal. I mean, like, she's grown up. I owe everything I am to her just because she's been my motivation and my reason for everything. And we've gone through this together. Like, like, she sacrifices her mom so that I can live my dream. And I just am so thankful for her that she's here for the big moments, but she's also here when I don't want to get up and go work out, or I don't want, like, she sees those moments. And so I just am so just over the moon at how amazing she's grown up to be. And I know I'm partial, but she's an amazing young lady. And I just appreciate her sacrifice and her being here and just everything. So that's what that was.
We have time for just a few questions from Zoom. We're going to start with Pepper Pursley. Pepper, you're going to be followed by Chantel.
Man, Candace, that last answer is about to make me cry. So congrats all of you on the championship. A question for everyone. I often bring the perspective of kids. I was just wondering, what message does you all being here today, send to all the kids out there who watch you win today and know that everything this team has overcome?
I think sometimes you don't have to tell your story, time will. And I think that, like, that's something that I've lived by. And I think everybody up here has had that moment where they felt like they have to tell their side of the story. And you don't have to. Like, just put your head down, continue to work, do what's right, be a good person, work hard, give energy, and, like, the world will give back to you. So I think that's my message with all of this is, like, you don't have to yell from the rooftops who you are or what you do. Like, let time tell, and just enjoy the moment.
All right, we have time for one more question. That'll come from Chantel. Chantel, go ahead.
Hey, I'm actually going to sneak in two. I have a question for Allie and a question for Candace. Candace, quick one. I'm just curious what it was about James that made you suggest him as a coach to Courtney at a club in Spain several years ago. And then
why do we have to keep including the club in this? Like we was just like out there like dancing, and then I was like, "Yo, James should be the coach." Like, no, I'm just kidding. Honestly, so my first experience with James was overseas. I played for Ekaterinburg, Russia. Olaf and Sandy were actually my coach. So Olaf was the head coach, Sandy was assistant. James came over to kind of help in the Elite Eight and the Final Eight. And he just saw the game. Like, you could just tell he was like a disciple of Sandy and Olaf. Like, he just saw the game. Like, he played the game the way that it was evolving. And I just felt like the way that they play, that's like the perfect coach for them. And so that was kind of what it was, is, you know, I think that he's a good coach and he deserved a shot. And I tried to get him in LA, and he went to Minnesota as an assistant. And I think that's the reason why we lost in 2017, is some of the adjustments that, you know, he made. So, yeah.
Thanks. And then quick question for Allie. Allie, you had said earlier that about a month ago, this team came to a breaking point and you all kind of looked at each other and said, I'm playing for you. What preceded that moment? What led up to that breaking point for the team?
I mean, I think it was just the struggles you saw on the court. It was our inconsistency playing. Obviously saw a 7-game win streak, a 7-game losing streak, and we just didn't know who we were. And I feel like we were frustrated with ourselves, with each other, and it's because we didn't know who we were. And I think, you know, thank God, first game of the playoffs in Dallas, we found who we were, and it was, you know, by the leadership of our coaches and each other, just really buying into our defense and this new way that we all wanted to play and we all believed in. And I think like that was the biggest thing that we all believed in, and we finally figured out who we were as a team.
To our media here in the room and those on Zoom, thank you very much for joining us. That'll conclude.
And I want to say one thing. Sorry, can I say one more thing? So
everybody okay? Go ahead.
No, no, I think Kobe and Gigi have meant so much to our league. So the advice I got from Vanessa before the game was play Gigi's way. And I think we've done that. We did that all playoffs. And so I just want to acknowledge like his contribution. And V said, like, if Gigi could play, she would play as hard as she could. And so I think that was huge in our team and just us overcoming everything that came today. So thank you, Vanessa. We love you, Gigi. We love you, Kobe.
Yep.